It's Martyr of Dusk. That seems like just such an unbelievably strong 2-drop. A lizard. By the way, I love the word monitor. I think it's actually because of the DC villain anti-monitor. I'm trying to get this exact definition of monitor, because there's like watch over. I'm literally opening my Merriam-Webster dictionary app, which is like my most used app. I look up words like all the time. Monitor. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lizard. It's a type of lizard, monitor lizard. Oh god. Anyone know anti-monitor? Anti-monitor of what series was that? It was Green Lantern Rebirth, I think is what it was in. I see Divine Verdict. I mean, yeah. But I do like my gold cards. What's this? Oh! Oh, it's a Dynaramper. Oh, it's a Dynaramper. What's Crafty Cut Purse? Huh. C'est intéressant. Very techy, huh? Mine. Storm the Vault. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create some treasures. If you control 5 or more artifacts, transform Storm Vault. Huh. We have another Divine Verdict. I will be hard-pressed to ever pass up a Divine Verdict. Oh, a Voracious Vampire, though. Huh. That's a tricky choice, huh? Sun Sentinel is a 2/2 with Vigilance. We're not picking it over a Voracious Vampire. I feel like it's Vicious Vampire or Divine Verdict. So the Forsaken Sanctuary is removed from the choice. So if you guys are voting Canal Monitor, it means you're voting for this. So you're probably trying to click on this Divine. This felt very, very strong. I'm actually going to try to pick this over the Divine Verdict, just because things are already looking so good. Arterial Flow, nope. Dark Inquiry, nope. Phantom Fleet Border, perfect. Perfect, a big, thick guy. Jungle Creeper. You're no Charnel Troll, my friend. Yeah, I mean, probably the Charger. Strider Harness. Yeah. Hey, what up, Link? I'm gonna pick the Dust Charger up. I think the Grasping Scoundrel is actually what we want. I think it's a Grasping Scoundrel, man. Let me flip this curve. I will flip it on its head. This goes here, and this goes here. Yeah, I think I just want to generally be a little bit low on the curve. This Dusk Charger seems very, very mediocre to me. Jay Beazle says, my 3-year-old son keeps pointing at all the dinosaurs and going, that one, pick that one. You want me to pick the Oreska Raptor? Love dinosaurs. First I thought that was like another frickin' removal spell. And I was like, oh. Sanguine Glorifier is it. 3/3 for 3 is pretty good with a +1/+1 counter on a lot of my low drop vampires. It seems exactly correct. Vampire Revenant seems exactly appropriate. Canal Monitor, welcome to the sideboard. You do not belong in my deck. Recover. You do not belong in my deck. We're more aggressive than anything. Canal Monitor, get on the side. Wow. That said, what's this thing do? Beginning of each upkeep, if you lost life last turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Paladin of Atonement. Paladin of Atonement dies, you gain life equal to its toughness. Nah, I think this one sucks. Right? I think this is not good. This is not reliable. Because, I mean, I'm going to be building the board and beating my opponent to death. So rarely, if ever, will they be able to attack me. And do I have ways to lose life? No, I actually have ways to gain life. I have life linkers and things that when it enters the battlefield, opponent loses a life and I gain a life. I mean, like, my brain's immediately drawn to this, but what's this? Whenever Majestic Heliopterus attacks another dino... Whoa! Oh, look at this. It's a flyer gifter. Martyr of Dusk is going to be great, and I think it's going to wheel. I think it's just a Legion Lieutenant. Being able to drop this on turn 2 a nice fist pump. Yeah, I will be picking the Divine Verdict. Yes, I will be picking it. This will, I think, more than likely wheel. Divine Verdict, it is removal that I want, right? I think so. It's just destroy. It's conditional destruction, but it's destroy, right? Yeah, welcome to Day 9 TV, where we always get there. Welcome. For any of you who've never been to this channel before, I'm the luckiest person on the planet Earth. A lot of people, when they play games, they're like, oh, I'm so unlucky. Oh, my teammates suck, and it's the only reason I'm losing. Not me, man. I'm on an endless rocket ship to success and happiness. Because I receive things like Profane Procession 2 drafts in a row when I've already committed to the vampiring, and we're going to get a moment of triumph to wheel, which is, like, fantastic. I mean, I just don't even believe this. There's another one. Doesn't untap during your untap step whenever you gain life. Untap. Famished Paladin. I mean, probably not going to pick the Famished Paladin. Probably not. Two mana 3/3 wall in a deck that's aggressive, or that wants to be aggressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 spells. Yeah, I think this is. I think this card is pretty actually horrifically bad in our deck. It is pretty horrifically bad. But I mean, I'll take more Divine Verdicts. I'm pretty much universally okay with that. Do I want the Snubborn Sentry here, or would I prefer a Sun Sentinel? I actually think the Sentinel is what we want. The Snubborn Sentry has felt okay, but I'd rather get that as a shrug pick. I would love to play on turn 2 something that can just be a beater. Just start applying the pain. Whoa. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Probably not going to run either of those, but I mean, it sucks that these are soldiers, because I would ideally like to be purely vampire focused, but like, look at how disgusting this is, right? We, on turn 2, are probably going to play a creature, and then we can play another creature as well on turn 3. But then, like, all of our expensive stuff is, like, kill creatures. Imperial Ceratops with a flyer. I mean, probably the flyer. I don't know that we will run it. We'll definitely not run either of these. We may run 3 Sun Sentinels. What's this one again? Garbage card. You want Highland Lake? You got it, everyone. Welcome. Okay. Alright, Anything else good here? Return some pirates and first striker that blows stuff up, and then the exact perfect high-end creature for us to have in our deck. Yeah, and I'll go with the guy that's perfect for us. We are definitely going to be cutting some things. Bishop Soldier compared to a Sun Sentinel. That's pretty nice. What is this? Skullduggery? Mediocre. Very mediocre. We would like some more vampires. This is... What's this? Whenever attacks you control another pirate, you may pay 2 to just make... Oh! Oh! Slash of Talons? Nah. We're going to pick up the Bishop's Soldier and put one of these to the side. Kitesail Freebooter is actually pretty nice. But it's a pirate, and do I want pirates or do I want vampires? Whenever Goring Ceratops attacks. This is tricky. Okay, so let's see here. Let's actually start placing things into some piles. I don't know that I'm going to be running this. Okay, so when are we going to cast Moment of Craving? We're probably, this is a later spell. This actually feels like reasonable to leave there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shrugfish says, Sean, I'm a sub with the Day Sheriff emote. Yeah. God. Well, welcome. Welcome, Shrugfish. And also, kudos to you for using that good old-fashioned Sheriff emote. This is the one that I'm actually looking at. So here's the thing about this, is that this lets me see exactly what we're up against. It's also flying. Exile that card until Kitesail Freebooter leaves the battlefield. Damn, that's pretty sick. That said, we can also have a Vampire Lifelinker that's getting buffed, or we can have a Skyblade of the Legion. I think the Kitesail... Well, these are vampires. That's the reason I'm thinking, is we have the Legion Lieutenant. I think we just still have to go with Kitesail Freebooter. I think we just still must go for that, because it's just such a pitch-perfect card for what we're doing. Contract killing, destroy target creature, create 2 colorless. Yeah. Yeah, removal. Wow, look at that. I think I actually need the creatures. Like, if I actually do some reorganization here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 creatures. Would we like a 16th? I can't believe I might actually cut some Divine Verdicts. That's like so crazy to me. It's like so crazy to say out loud. I'd rather get a Vicious Conquistador and cut a Sentinel. I think I can go with that. Vanquish the Weak is just fantastissimo. But I need some small men to... Oh! Ah! Do I want a Bishop Soldier? Do I want a Legion Conquistador? I mean, we can cut a Sun Sentinel. Put another Bishop Soldier. Kind of a little light in the 3-drop slot, but it's not terrible. We have a lot of 3-drops with other spells. I think I'm going to get the Bishop Soldier, just make sure that we have consistent 2-drops as we're... Lurking Chupacabra. I don't think we'll ever run Raider's Wake. Never will we ever. But I love this thing so much. Queen's Agent. Wow, that is... Talk about a terrible card. What? Whoa! Encampment Keeper. It's a hound. This is actually playable. This is never getting picked. I'm going to look in the sideboard and just figure out my decision-making later. Do I want another one? Probably not, but we're definitely not going to play March of the Drowned. Ugh. Hooray. Look at this constructed playable card. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Great. Heartless Pillage? Huh? Wow. Okay. The things that we are 100% on only. Maybe not this. Damn, look at this 2-drop slot, huh? Jesus, guys. Is that, we're at 13 creatures? We'll definitely need more creatures, but I don't even understand. We literally are just have stacked removal. We probably don't need this many Divine Verdicts. Ooh. Crazy Miner 51 says, I'm sorry, did you get a Profane Procession 2 drafts in a row? Yeah. This is amazing. I feel like we have another murder type thing in here. Can't believe that I get all these Divine Verdicts and I like don't run them. It's like hilarious to me. Vampire, 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 Orc, Vampire, 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 Pirate, Vampire, 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 Dinosaur. I mean, that's pretty incredible. What are some things that are potential candidates here? So I'm looking at this. We obviously have a lot of 2-drop creatures. Now, if we actually start to place things in here, we do have 2 Luminous Bonds and 2 Divine Verdicts. So Luminous Bond and Divine Verdict curves perfectly off our opening. I think we'll just want a Grasping Scoundrel. That works well in aggro. Maybe just another Skittering Heartstopper. Because we're at 14 creatures now. We'll definitely be adding a creature. It's hard to convince me to cut any of these great spells. Oh, there's one spell that I'm not moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says 8 non-creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the spell? Is it? Haha, I found it. I found the Profane Procession. Woo! I mean, this is so sick. Do I even want a Pride of Conquerors? Maybe this is the one we cut, right? This is, I think this is actually the weakest spell. Because we have removal, more or less removal, insane removal, removal. I mean, this is a good spell. But is it better than just having more creatures on the board? I mean, I actually think we just put creatures on the board. And that frees up a little bit of comfortable spot. Yeah, because I think, you know, having a Vampire Revenant seems nice. Like sort of high-end Pierce in there. Maybe one more 1-drop. Skittering Heartstopper. So here is something that I feel like has been beaten into my head over many, many years. Thumb92 says, if you think you'll get City's Blessing easily, the +2 per creature might be better than one single extra critter. And by the way, the card that we're referring to is this, Pride of the Conquerors. So when this card actually goes off, it feels like, yeah, like you're just like, woo, yes! You know, you can wind up with like 4 creatures, getting overall +8/+8, and you feel amazing about it, right? You feel really, really positive in that moment. But when Pride of the Conquerors doesn't do anything, it's often just quietly sitting in your hand doing nothing. So I really want to make sure that I have enough creatures, because I'm less thinking of in the vacuum is one more creature or this thing better. This can obviously do more powerful things than just one creature can do. But do I actually have enough creatures? I'm at 15 creatures, which seems like just on the edge. I think I actually don't necessarily need another 1-drop. Maybe I actually am okay putting in a Pride of the Conquerors, because we have a lot of cheap creatures that we're going to be throwing down. Would I rather have a Vampire Revenant, or would I rather have a Dusk Charger? Vampire Revenant is obviously a vampire, and we have more vampire synergy. Dusk Charger is just a larger, fatter body. 3/3s seem pretty good here. You know, I think I've talked myself into Pride of the Conquerors. It's definitely our weakest spell, but I think I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm still going to be willing to sort of change things out. Do we think 9/8 is the right mix? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3 that need it. Yeah, that looks right. Looks like 9/8. All right, guys. Do you want a horse? Or the horse or the Vampire Revenant? Dust Charger or Vampire Revenant? I'm not entirely sure which one's more appropriate here. I think I'm going to do... I don't know. Chat is very torn as well. Some horse goers, some vampire goers. My intuition tells me this is better because it doesn't need anything to be enabled. And it synergizes with the Lieutenant. Alright. We named it this once before. We shall name it this again. I think I'm going to go with the Vampire Revenant. Woo! Evan CR. Evan Surbrick! 10 months in a row, says we're closing in on 1 year. It's been a good year, hasn't it? 2019 is turning out so great. I love 2019. 2019 is best year NA. Welcome to Sean's Ixalan drafting, where we just wind up black-white every time. Wow, so this is an interesting hand, because we have some of our power cards and our bomb, but we don't have any black mana. But we do have a dude that can come out and heal and buy time. And I think for that reason, we just need 1 black mana to come online, and then this is a very strong hand. But so it's going to be an 8 out of 33% chance. We have a few opportunities to get there. Now, do note that we have 2 Luminous Bonds and 2 Divine Verdicts. Nice. So this is another aspect to our consideration. We have more white spells in our deck. Therefore, even if we don't draw black mana, what are we not drawing black mana for? We have a good amount of white-only spells that could be quite helpful for us. Please be land! I don't want to be up against it. No! Black mana would be so nice right now. Oof. Oof. Doing it again. Never didn't have it. What's this thing do again? Enters the battlefield, search your library for a pirate and you put it on top. And then every time a pirate's played, I lose a life. That's that right? So I think we have a pretty clear Ruthless Knave. No blocks. Alright, so now there's actually no good block there. So we're going to use this mana to play the Legion Lieutenant. Then we're just going to play this out just to let him know what's up. I don't know what you do about this. I don't know what you do about this. Ruthless Knave. And then we essentially swing in for the win. We expect a double block on one of our Legion Lieutenants, which we will comfortably Divine Verdict. Oh, I forgot. When one of them dies, the other one gets its -1/-1, and damage actually stays on the creature. I forgot what game we were playing. Arr. Dunder McPlunderer. How long is one match usually? You know, when Magic the Gathering Arena first came out, I think I presumed that games would be like 15, 20-ish minutes. But, like, really games are like 5 to 8 minutes. They're so fast because you completely cut out things like shuffling. Shuffling. Ah! Okay, we gotta get. Ah! Oh. Seba94 wants to say, Sean, hope you have a wonderful evening. Power hot, hard heart. Yeah, man. So amazingly, we're not going to keep this hand. Yeah, I've been tracking my calories on this here fitness app. We actually got to put in today's tracks. Let's do it. Let's go down. Let's go to MyFitnessPal. The stream is not sponsored by MyFitnessPal in any way. Yet. You know, let's add some breakfast. You know what I had for breakfast? I used a teaspoon of olive oil in order to make 4 eggs. And I'm actually very good at making them. They're just light and fluffy, and the yolk's a little runny inside. And I also had 1 piece of toast. Multi-grain bread. Boom. There it is. And then, for lunch, you know what I had? I had myself... Your opponent's dead. Isn't that sad? Got some canned black beans. Had half a can of black beans. And in addition, I also had some rosemary chicken. And I ate 12 ounces of that. It was delicious. And I I had a bunch of spinach. Whew. It's probably good to have. It's crazy actually seeing how much calories are in each meal. You know what I mean? It's actually kind of crazy to me. Right now I eat about 1,800 to 1,900 calories a day. Oh. Commune with the Dynatrons. Forsaken Sanctuary. Contract killing is going to be really nice here. Doesn't sound like much. Usual 2,000 calorie diet. When it enters, it explores? I've never even heard of this guy. I will just Moment of Craving this. I know it's like not, seemingly not a threat, but I have another removal spell, and this is the whole point. It's really few for a man, I mean. Feel alright. These Abzan, wait until the Siege Rhino drops. No! Because I think, actually, if I just eat stupidly healthy. So healthy, it's stupid, man. What, like, the stream isn't dropping connection, is it? Like, y'all are here, right? Things seem good. Add 1 mana of any color. Glorifier of Dusk is going to be the Glorifier of Day 9. I think I'm unwilling to attack. I don't want to get combat tricked here. Maybe I do. No, I definitely can't attack. Oh. Play this first. I see no reason to do any block. If this Sun-Crested Pterodon attacks, it is just screaming, I have a combat trick. Alright. Looks like we got some killing that we're doing. Alright, so we're going to pay 2 life. We're going to hit it with that next. Swing with this puppy. Say yeah. Say next. Play the Grasping Scoundrel. So now we can Divine Verdict. Hey! Hey! Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I just want to eat, like, stupidly... stupidly healthy for just, like, 6 months. Because then, like, you know... come summer, I'll just be like... Whenever it explores and explores. I'm really glad it's a 0-3, man. Sanguine Glorifier. I think I want to hold on to this for now and just get out my Glorifier. I don't know if this guy will be able to attack. I think I gotta plan on contract killing this. What do we sanguinely glorify? The Vicious Conquistador to help guarantee that it can continue to push forward? Because when this dies, you won't be able to... no, I think I put it on the Legion Lieutenant. Are you following your nutrition plan? Yes. sack to return. Is this a dinosaur? It is a dinosaur. Good thing I put it on that guy. Ugh. This guy's gonna own me. This is a safe attack, isn't it? Isn't it? So I'm worried about the sacrifice this to return the Colossal Dreadmaw back now. I think I just gotta chill. It's not huge amounts of damage that can swing in. So now our opponent does not want to attack. I do want to continue to play the mana because I want to be able to maximize the amount that I can do with the Profane Procession. I think that's the guy that we do this to, right? And then I can begin swinging in. Because if my opponent blocks with these two, I will happily kill this Atzokan Seer. Yeah, you can double block all day, all the way. Hopefully it's block sack. Yeah, there we go. I would say something like Jebaited, but let's be honest, our opponent has 5 cards in hand and I have nothing. Nothing good, at least. Colossal Dreadmaw, see you later. Oh, it makes 2. I misread. Woohoo! Clearing the board. Let's prepare for a huge thing to drop down, yeah? Aye. Okay. Aha! There's our Pride of the Conquerors. No, horsepower! Ah! Oh my god. Alright. Running out of options. Running out of time. Bursting into tears is what we do. Day 9. Yuck. Alright, here we go. Our opponent would be mighty wise to just not block, though. So, in the top half of our deck, we've drawn about half of our land. Which, though it's unfortunate, I mean, this is completely by expectation. Absolutely nothing shocking about the amount of land we've drawn. It's like literally exactly even. What ho? Well. Yeah! Dun, 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 dun. We literally need Profane Procession right now, or else we lose. Dun, da, da, ba, 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 ba. This has Trample. Where's our Profane Procession? This is what I got. Okay. I think now there's no way to win. Is that right? Zero ways to win? I think if we wanted a way to win, we would not have it. Is that right? Okay, yeah, we're dead. Ah! So much land, so little to spend it on. Yeah, we're a little light on the top end. It's basically just Profane Procession. Skyblade of the Legion. Oh, baby. This is like the perfect hand to be able to play on turn 2. Hey, Scoutsy, happy 3 years. Please don't be a blue mana source. Should I be happy? Let's take a look at this hand, man. Whoa. Search library for a vampire card, reveal it, and shuffle your library and put the card on top one of. Huh. Wow. I'm planning on hitting the upcoming pre-release. I'm unfortunately at a wedding. Or I guess I should say fortunately I'm at a wedding. I like weddings. Alright, so we're going to play our little baby Skyblade of the Legion. Woohoo! Knight of the Stampede is good, man. So the Forerunner is mostly going to be fine. I mean, Luminous Bondsing that's just like not going to do much. I'm probably going to Luminous Bonds this because I have nothing else to Luminous Bond. So I mean, we're basically just going to delete one at a time the cards of our enemies. Arazka Frillback. Gonna get cast for 1. He's so sweet. Look at him. Hello. Forerunner of the Legion, totally fine. Find those vampires, put them on top. Hopefully it's not a big one. Hopefully it's not a big one. I'm gonna go get some more coffee in a sec here. I made another pot. Ooh, Sanguine Glorifier is a good one. Getting good amounts of land. Good amounts of land. Have to just swing with these two, right? Do we have enough? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one more turn before I can Pride of the Conquerors. I probably should have computed that beforehand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sanguine Glorifier. Dong. Suppose we can look like we're holding back for some chumping. Oh, that bush bush noise. It's so good. Dun 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 dun. Pass. Pass. So we're basically hoping we can have a huge blowout, right? Because that's 3, 1, 6, 9, 10, and 11. Like, if our opponent plays some giganto combat trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Please be a creature. Haha, great. Attack with these two, man. I think I just swing with the Skyblade guy, right? Because everyone's getting +2/+2. This can trade with this, yeah. So I think I just keep swinging with my flying guys. Because we have a 2/4, a 3/3, and a 3/3. And we just absolutely blow things out. I am the Shaz, yes. That's all taken care of. Alright, good. Good, 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 good. Is it a creature, a dinosaur, something worthy of a contract killing? What does this do? Put a loyalty counter on Watley Radiant for each creature you control. Give target +6/+6 until end of turn where X is the number of creatures you control. Holy shit. Okay, we're only gonna have to... Well, I mean, this +1 is gonna, like, go up for 1 billion. Holy moly. Okay.
My strength is our strength.
10. Okay. This is actually very good news, right? Okay, so this just... Okay, so how do I want to block here? Probably, definitely kill this. Don't want to kill the Eye of the Stampede. Kinda. Yeah. Okay, so we're... Yahoo! I think I'm gonna contract killing this. Probably. Nah. That was a big blowout, so... Oh my god. We had lethal. Didn't even see it. Didn't even see it. The lethal is we contract killing the remaining thing that is a blocker. We have 2 treasures created. We spend all that on the city's blessing, and we kill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I messed up. All right. I messed up. Actually, I should have just gone for face there, too. Woo! Woo! This Huatley is just completely deforming my entire thought process. Which is kind of interesting, because I've been, like, thinking about this in strategy games, where, like, in a lot of strategy games, there's these, like, focal points, where, you know, if we're playing a game of StarCraft, it's like, I need to make sure that he doesn't get that expansion, you know? Or here, we need to make sure Firebug. You gonna plus me?
My strength is our strength.
Or we're playing Magic, and I need to deal with this Planeswalker, right? You start focusing on that, and it's when there's actually multiple focal points happening at the same time that things actually become a little tricky to evaluate. So we don't attack with the Legion Friend. We blow this up. Alright, so now here's the question. Do I want to go in for this? Or do we want to go in for the face? Because if we do this, and I think we just go in for the face because we have 2 flyers. And I should have gone for the face last turn. Should have done it last turn, 100%. Anyways, but you want to put these like focal points, and that's kind of what makes it a strategy game, right? What makes a strategy game is trying to figure out not just how do I solve the problem of dealing with this focus thing, but what even is my focus at any given point in time. GG. And I find that a lot of my mistakes in a lot of strategy games come from that, where my brain spends so much time trying to think how to solve what I believe my goal to be, that I don't stop and say, what's my goal? My goal is not kill the Planeswalker. My goal right now should be to hit the face. Just interesting, because I was thinking about this a lot with StarCraft, because, like, you know, there's a lot of games of StarCraft where it's like, okay, how do I prevent him from taking that expansion? How do I stop him? How do I stop him? How do I stop him? But then there's this, like, moment that just sort of quietly happens if you've played a shitload.
From the will of many, the might
I got it.
of one.
I got it. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, like, but there's that moment when, you know, if you've played a lot, you just know I should 100% not stop him from expanding right now. It's fine. You can just totally expand. And, like, because I was having a discussion with a friend, we were watching some StarCraft, and that happened, where it was like, he needs to prevent this expansion, he needs to stop it, okay, totally needs to stop it. Oh, actually, based upon that, he can totally let his opponent have that expansion, and now just counter it by out-expanding. And it was like a really sort of weird transition. My friend was like, whoa, wait, I thought it was all about that expansion. I'm like, well, it used to be, but, you know, so on and so forth. Because I feel like, you know, Huatli falls. And Huatli is a big change in the dynamic. Because I'm like, how do I deal damage to the face? How do I deal damage to the face? How do I clear creatures and give damage to the face? And then the Huatli comes up, and I got so, like, focused on that. Because, I mean, a lot of times in games of Magic, you deal with this Planeswalker and then kill his opponent. So you don't deal with the Planeswalker. It's going to get too powerful. I'm going to get coffee. This will take me like 20, 30 seconds. It is a good day to fight. Lunar 688 says, that shirt looks great on you, Dana. I'm looking awfully good today. Thank you. This is like maybe my favorite shirt. Perhaps it is my favorite shirt. This is a clear mulligan. We don't really have much we can do for a long time. This is a clear keep. Can't believe we got this lifelinker. That's great. Sacrifice, search for basic land card, reveal, put in your hand, and shuffle your library. So it's kind of like a, kind of like evolving. Excuse me, Wilds. Jesus. Ever played Path of Exile? I feel like there's a high level of complexity in that game that you would enjoy. I've had a lot of my buddies recommend that game to me quite a bit. Never really got around to playing it at LD House. I was considering doing it over this winter break, but instead what I did was absolutely nothing. God, I got some weak coffee here. Ah, this is where you can make Flashosaurus Rexes, huh? This is if you control dinosaur. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not that worried about this. If it dies, Dino Friend gets Flash. Looks like we're having some lag issues. Weak-ass coffee? Yeah. So I have a new coffee machine that can't hold as much volume. So, you know, do a simple small amount of coffee in there, right? And then, once that pot was empty, it was a small pot, refill it with water using the same amount of coffee that was in there before, and now we have some weak-ass coffee. So we do not wish to block this, because when this dies, a dinosaur will gain flash, and then our opponent can cast the dinosaur. I mean, we are winning this race, because we're healing for a lot a turn. If we draw a land, we will simply Luminous Bonds whatever is played. Eesh. This is a pain in the ass, but I think we still Luminous Bonds it. Sending our opponent down to 6 is good, huh? Uh-oh. Being at 20 is healthy for us, huh? We can just hope that we just get there. No, I don't want to do that! Alright, I was trying to drag this guy out and just really whiffed it. Ever get into using a French press? No, no. I just like the ease of, like, put the coffee in the thing, fill it, done. Hello, I wish to lose life. If we draw land, we could win with this, huh? Because the only things that actually have... We have life linkers. This is the scary one that we got to get out of the way. We can always, like, double block. If I do like this and like this... Seems about good, right? If my opponent's got it, my opponent's got it. What are you gonna do? Well, goodness, our opponent made an oopsie. Now if we draw land, we really start to turn things around. Well... Hello. Can't believe this. Oh! I feel movement. I feel movement. I feel movement. Sheriff. Sheriff, greetings, my kitten. Nice and slow. Crimson Jesus says, man, I don't remember the combat tricks in this draft, so that was scary. Yeah. The only reason I wasn't afraid is because my decision-making was done. I did not have any other plays other than to set up what I thought were acceptable blocks. Okay. I don't know Crushing Canopy was a reprint. I don't think we can do it. I think we died. Hot dang. Oh. 2-2. This seems about right. I thought that our draft was like super sick, but the more I'm playing, I think that I have not put in enough high-end power cards. Oh yeah, you can change your draft. I keep forgetting that. That's like the most different thing. I'm keeping it, man. Hey, look. By the way, this moment right here is why I was kind of like, meh, about Pride of the Conquerors. That helps. This is our big boy. Arr. Green. Black. Huh. Take the 2 damage. So, I guess our plan here is to just keep drawing land. Keep rolling the land. So, our big boy, our Fathom Fleet Hoarder, will be able to slow this game down. We can play the Revenant, but I think that we are not the beatdown. Whoa. I think that we are not the beatdown right now. We are the slowdown. I shall not attack. I just killed you, dude. Alright, I guess we're gonna Divine Verdict the big boy. How do you cancel a tap like that? With the good old Z button. With Z button, Djiboutian. Press Z button. Ha 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 ha. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Okay. So we're going to discard this. Probably the Vampire Revenant. Nice. Probably should have swung with this puppy first. Bam! Flazoo! Alright, Glorifier of Dusk is totally going to let us win this video game here. Is this a good attack? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. How am I doing, Sean? As Dishun, man, I'm in a grand old mood. Grand old mood. My goal is to be consistent this year, doing activities I enjoy, but only doing them at 60 to 70% effort. For instance, today I went to the gym. But since I've been coming back to the gym, I've been really cautious about my back, because I just don't want to mess up my back again. This one, I guess? Oh, that one, huh? I just don't want to mess up my back. I really, really do not want to mess up my back. And my back was feeling a little in pain, and I was like, you know, I'm just not going to do the exercises that are hard on my back. I'm just not going to do it, period. So I had a really light, nice workout. Hey. Go on this guy, and then this is going to gain Flying until end of turn. Because, I mean, like... And I'm doing this also with, like, my wishes to learn more about coding. I just want to learn more about coding. And I realized I was going to talk about data-driven design. Or data-oriented design. And then I totally forgot, so my bad. I'll get around to that. You know? I'll get around to it. But, you know, what I don't want to do is tell myself, I'm going to do this huge, elaborate, big-ass project. No, no, no. What's the 60% effort thing? I'll just do 30 minutes of anything. You know? So, right now, our opponent is the one with the problem. Our opponent is the one who is about to die to a Glorifier of Dusk. We have the wall up. We're going to wait to use our contract killing until there's a thing that's preventing that thing from getting hit on. Yeah, so I'm just really excited to... win this game. I'm just getting excited to be someone that devotes time every single... What? Oh, yeah. Time every single day to coding. Thinking about it and working on it. Because, like, it's just so fun to be able to build stuff. And I want to learn to and improve that skill. So, I like building stuff. I like building it. I really like DIY. You know, I've always thought that, like, if I had more engineering know-how... This is a mediocre hand, but we're definitely going to draw a 2 and a 3 draw. Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, the idea of doing things like DIY, like building little fidgety gadgets. I love doing that. My grandpa was an engineer. And when I was really, really young, when I was like 6, 7... You know, I did what any 6 or 7-year-old would do. I'd be like, Grandpa, 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 please. I want to help. What can I do to help? And what my grandpa would do is he would come up. Well, actually, so let me back up. My grandfather worked at Sperry Gyroscope for a long, long, long time. And when he retired, he would just build crazy contraptions all day. He would just wake up, eat breakfast, and go to his workshop. And his basement was just this gigantic, like, God, it was really big. I mean, it must have been like a 1,500 square foot workshop. I mean, it is like frickin' dude. And he had like power drills and like huge bandsaw and shit. I mean, it was enormous, a huge workshop. And so we just build these really interesting, neat contraptions. What the hell is this? You know, for instance, he, if there was any problem with the car, he would take the car apart, take the engine apart, look at stuff, repair the whole thing. Had a large lawn, so he would mow the lawn, but then the lawnmower would be doing something weird, and he needed to bring it to his basement so he could, like, actually workshop on it. So what he did is he bored a hole through the center of the house, this column, and then built an elevator so he could, like, wheel the, lawnmower onto the elevator and like put it into the attic for storage during the winter, or take it down, go all the way to the basement where his workshop was. He like built his own sprinkler system for his home. So they just had like sprinklers everywhere. So, you know, when I was really young, I was like, Grandpa's so cool. Oh my God, I want to be like Grandpa. Grandpa, let me help you, let me help you. So my grandpa would do is he would come up with really stupid tasks that had nothing to do with anything just to keep me entertained. Like he'd give me a block of wood and have me nail 10 nails into, or hammer 10 nails into this block of wood, but he wanted me to measure them so that way they were exactly even. And if they weren't exactly even, he would be like, all right, let's pull the thing out. Let's do it proper. So great, man. Just gonna keep bashing. And so, you know, like, as I grew older, I just sort of like, wow, man. I wanna be like my grandpa. I skipped over the part where at some point I would actually help him with things. You know, it'd be like, okay, we're gonna drill this. Now this piece of PVC pipe's gonna fit into this in this way, and that's how you go through it. Grandpa's great. And as I grew older, I was like, oh man, I really want to do something like that. And I wound up getting more into programming. The fuck? What is this doing here? I'm gonna wait for something to get played, contract, killing, get the city's blessing, swing in, get him to 2, and then try to go from there. I get the city's blessing with this. We're at 9 right now. Ugh, God. And like, you know, in the last 10 years of my life, like, one of the things that I worked hard to build was the day 9 TV business. And that's fun, right? Because you have to, like, learn all these different techniques for setting up streams, and there's a lot of to-do list stuff, like the branding. How do we get the day 9 branding to look good, you know? Like, a whole bunch of legal and business and accounting stuff behind the scenes that has nothing to do with actually making content that's really cool and interesting to learn about. And, you know, basically, Eric's my business partner who helps run Day 9 TV with me, you know, have gotten to the point where bong! Alright, I'm going in. This is the only way I can see to win, right? We swing in, he blocks a 3, we get our opponent down, we deal 5 damage, they're at 3, and then that doesn't work. Got it? Alright. Got it. Great. Good. Anyways, you know, so like, I have, like, much more free brain space to do stuff. So I really want to just learn more about programming. And here's the way that I'll describe that I want to get comfortable with programming. Here's how I'll describe it. I used this example before. With Magic the Gathering, I'm so comfortable building decks, using the Magic the Gathering Arena interface, knowing all the cards. I can do all this stuff. Like, I'm very, very comfortable with it. So when I have a deck idea, I go, I wonder what if this deck would work. And that thought is interesting. And then there's actually a bunch of steps, right? Know the MTGA client and open it. Have the cards in the collection. Have the know-how to build the deck. And at the end of that sequence of steps is a deck. That's the output of all this. So I think I contract kill this Tishana's Wayfinder, as ridiculous as that sounds. Right? So all those steps of, like, comfort and knowledge and understanding to the end result. So it's essentially easy for me to go, I have an idea, go through the steps mostly effortlessly, and bam, have the toy, the deck that I've built at the end. So with programming, you know, there's like, how does this physics engine work that we're using? What's this technique? How does this thing get structured? There's all these, you know, these learning steps to be able to have the toy at the end, like the thing that you've built at the end. I want to be able to get comfortable enough to where I go, I have an idea. Oh, this could be cool, and it's relatively straightforward for me to just sit down and do that. Just to bang out a bunch of code. What we could do is we could contract killing this. And then have some chump change left over. But I didn't like that play. Because we would lose one of our big boys. Feep deep beep bop biddly deep bitty bitty. Depending upon if our opponent... It really depends a lot on what our opponent plays. Martyr of Dusk helps a ton. Oh! Ugh, the Sailor of Means is so Sailor of Mean. Because imagine if I contract killing to this, and then this was the board state that we were in. You know, with this thing gone, I'd be kind of like, eh. We still have the same problem where we can really only punch through for 5 or 6 damage. Okay. Eventually this is going to start swinging. No blocks. We got him. Boom! Never attack with a Carnage Tyrant. What are you thinking, McSnuffy? Bang! And I threw my pen and it perfectly landed in the pen pot. Whew. After playing 2-3 games of this, I thought this was a 3-3 deck. I'm very happy that we're at 4. Hey, Hextech Art and Gaming, welcome back. It's been a bit. It's been a little bit. Wow, we have a good opening hand for once. Ooh. Let me go first, though. I am a black-red deck. Surprise, I'm a liar. It's flying as long as it's attacking. Alright, so, I mean, ideally we just peel another land here and play the Vampire Revenant and then just work with bonds and conquering and all that garbage. Alright, Reams. Alright. Okay, looks like we're a little Is It Piratude. Is it Piratude the Pirate Dude? If we don't draw land, we'll bond luminously and keep smashing with the Bishop Soldier. A tiebreaker says, Dan, I'm out of nowhere, but I've been wondering about this today. Do you keep a journal or a mood tracker, etc.? I often see you identify emotional patterns and act to encourage or correct them, and that's something I've struggled with a lot. I would say I don't have a journal or any of that sort of thing, but I'm unbelievably fucking diligent about spending time alone and thinking about myself. And I don't mean think about myself like, oh my god, I am too damn amazing, right? Like, I don't do that. Alright, I think that we could Luminous Bond and swing in for 5, but I think the Vampire Revenant is a much larger threat. But I spend time alone with no stimulation. It is, I mean, God almighty, it is so easy in this day and age to just be like, Oh, my alarm went off on my phone. Let me turn off that alarm and let me click and open Reddit. And I've been awake for 30 seconds and I'm just reading about the shit the president said last night. And oh my god, you know what? That was actually so crazy. Let me go to Twitter and see what Twitter's saying about that. Oh my god, what a mess this is. Oh, jeez, you know, like, it's so easy to be, actually, 1, 2, 3, and then we'd have, nope, not enough. It's so easy to just burn your brain out, you know, and then you, like I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of bed, and I gotta do breakfast, and I'm making stuff, and it's ready, and then I, like, put the breakfast on my plate, and I go and put it down, and then I'm on a call, I'm on a meeting, and I'm, like, muting, and I'm, like, eating and stuff, like, okay, it's time to go work out, alright. Weirdly enough, working out is like the most alone most people ever are. You know? And I feel like what I hear a lot of people do is they'll sort of speak... Oh, nice play. They'll speak sort of circumspectly around things, you know? They'll just be like, oh my god, you know, it's just... These people on Facebook are crazy. Oh, you know, or just like, oh, I can't stand XYZ. And it's all things that are fixed by just pushing away all that stimulation and just sitting alone for a while. Like, one of the great things about streaming is that, like, I'm unable to read social media, read the news, get any input into my head. Even though talking... And, you know, being, you know, like a streamer and all that, you know, that talky stuff takes a lot of energy and focus. And doing stuff like playing the Skyblade Legion like a boss takes energy and focus. There's a difference between an activity that requires focus versus a ton of just crazy stimulation coming in. This is actually, in a way, much more quiet and more meditative in terms of inputs. Like, look at how amazing the Day 9 TV chat is. It is not, when it enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. Yeah, that's right. Great. Top Gaming says he doesn't read chat confirmed. Well, the thing is that, like, Top Gaming said he doesn't read chat confirmed, and that's just, like, one thing, and it's, like, an interaction. It's it, right? It's not like the way that a lot of news-type things function, where it's constant. We're going to see what our opponent does. Social media, don't get me wrong, I think social media is in many ways great. I think in many ways it's great. Like, I actually have a friend who was recently talking about how fantastic it was to start reconnecting with friends in another city just by beginning to interact with them on social media. It was so great. Like, that's fine, but it's so easy to spend a really long time on there, and it's too much stimulation, right? Too much stimulation. It's just, like, disorienting almost, all the stuff going on. And so, yeah, I try to make myself spend time alone and just reflect on who do I want to be as a person? How do I think I behaved as a person today? Huh, I just had a 2-hour phone call with that person. Am I really happy with and proud of the stuff that I said? What did I say? I wonder what I was like on that phone conversation. You attacked? Yeah, okay. All right, lot of fanciness coming out of Ames. I'm just swinging in the skies. So that's my answer to that. Spending a lot of time alone. Spending a lot of time alone reflecting, thinking about self-reflection. What makes for good self-reflection? I'm trying to be a healthy boy. So that's my burble on that. Also, Bloodstar, I'd like to give you a nod. Bloodstar 23 for 90 months in a row. 9-0. This is going to be the first year The Day 9 TV and all of Twitch hits their first ever 100-month subs. 100-month subs. Shaz gets banned so much. Yeah, Shaz gets timed out like once a day. I want to talk to you about object-oriented and data-driven. So, I mean, this is going to be somewhat programmery technical. Hopefully I'm going to explain things correctly. So, like, when you're doing programming, right, so obviously, at the end of the day, the code is going to get turned into a whole bunch of ones and zeros, right? That are flowing through the computer, but no one wants to write a bunch of ones and zeros and a bunch of machine code to actually like speak directly to the functioning of the computer. So what we do is we kind of have these little concepts that get layered on top, and we can work with those concepts and write code and think about code as those concepts. So the idea of what's called object-oriented programming is you think of an object. We'll take Mario, because who doesn't love Mario? And this Mario object has all the data associated with Mario, like Mario's movement speed, Mario's jump height, graphical information about Mario, right? It has all the data associated with Mario. And then we have a whole bunch of instructions related to Mario, like the jump instruction, the move instruction, the I touched a power-up, and it could be a mushroom or a fire flowers. It could be one of those things. We have the power-up function in there. So the idea is that I have a little block of code that's actually, if you don't program, it's actually like a file that's called like mario.cs, and you have Mario's data put in there, and you have all these instructions of commands that can affect Mario. And, you know, based upon this, you can see how, oh, if, you know, the power-up command happens, like Mario touches a fire flower, that's going to affect some of Mario's data. The graphical look of Mario, that data is going to change. So that's kind of why it's all sitting here in this one nice, neat little thing. And so the idea of object-oriented programming is if you were making Mario, you'd have a code block for Mario, its data, and its instructions. You'd have the plants and the pipes that the plants come out of, the piranha plants, and you'd have code for the piranha plant and instructions about how that functions, and little snippets of code for each object. And the idea is that this block of code that's for the piranha plant, it manages everything piranha plant related. But there's an issue, which is where there winds up being places where these things kind of have to plug into each other. Really simple example, the mushroom that powers Mario up. It pops out and it lands on the ground and it goes back and forth. So the data for this would be like its graphics, how quickly it moves. Some of the commands for the mushroom would be to bounce back and forth when it hits certain type of objects and to pass through other types of objects. And when it touches Mario, boom, we have a collision of this object and this object. Not just a literal, they are colliding and touching, but like a logical collision where suddenly this object, the mushroom, is going to ask Mario to do something. There's an interaction there. And the sort of problem, as I understand it, that like a lot of this object-oriented code type stuff can run into is if you wind up with the mushroom saying, oh, okay, I touched a Mario. Do you have a power-up command in here? Okay, I'm going to power you up. Perfect. You know what the mushroom's going to look at? It's going to look at that Mario block of code, and what's literally happening in the computer is there's a little allocation of memory for that chunk of code that now the mushroom has access to. So that way the mushroom can use the power up command, and the power up command can edit the Mario data. But there is an inefficiency here. Like the mushroom is getting access to way more stuff than it needs. It doesn't need to really have access to like Mario's jumping height and Mario's maximum speed. It only needs to just say power up and just do that thing. And, I mean, this is one simple example that I assume that this gaming-based audience will relate to and resonate with a little better. But the idea is that if you wind up in a situation where there's a lot of objects trying to interact with each other, they're going to need to kind of have access to various parts of each other's either data or instructions or their functionality. And as a result, you sometimes wind up getting way more access to way more stuff than you need. The way that I would compare it to is if you're like a toolbox that has like a hammer and a screwdriver and all this stuff, you pick up, you know, the toolbox and you open it up, and all you need is the hammer. Is the only thing you need, but you have this whole damn toolbox you had to take down. Wouldn't it be great and more efficient if you had just the hammer? And when I say efficient, a lot of what I'm talking about is memory-based. Like how much memory and stuff you can do on the computer. By the way, my computer's located right here, right? It's right down there. It's right down there. And so if you're allocating a whole bunch of memory, when you only need a little piece of that memory, and you're doing this millions of times in small ways, you suddenly wind up chugging. You wind up with inefficiency. Or sometimes you have objects that are sort of chains of objects, you know, like I am a monster in a game, and I have a vision ball around me that detects the player, and the vision ball that detects the player then communicates to the monster that the monster needs to go find the player, so the monster then needs to, you know, go over to the player, and there's just this sort of like chain of like things that are going on there that if there's little inefficiencies, again, that come from trying to do this object-oriented type style, you get worse performance, you can have fewer objects on the screen, sometimes your programmers can get confused and all that stuff. And then it kind of, like, this is kind of the term spaghetti code, a lot of times comes from the nature of object-oriented programming, where it's like, this goes to here, and then we need data from there, so we go back to here to get that data, which is then used back in this command to send data up to here, which then does stuff, you know, and you're just having a hard time tracing through it. And so there's this idea of what's called data-oriented design that I've only really been learning about in the last like month and a half. And part of the reason I've only really been learning about this is, one, it's the new hotness, and two, I've just done object-oriented programming for like 20 some odd years. And I can pretty much imagine how to make whatever it is I want to make using object-oriented programming, so it's kind of hard to stop at any point and go, should I even be doing this? Huh? So, I mean, the basic idea of data-oriented programming, data-oriented design, is that you separate data and instructions. So to use Mario, Mario would have movement data. How high it jumps, how fast it moves. It would have graphics data, how Mario looks. I mean, this feels bad, and we go first. We're going to mulligan. So you separate out, you just have the data, and you know what else is on Mario? Nothing. Mario is just data. And then you have like these systems that change the data. So the systems and the instructions that are manipulating stuff are completely different from the data. So things are both logically separated and structurally separated. If I only need the movement data and not the if I only need the movement data and not the graphics data, I don't have access to it. Oh, goodness. And I mean, I'd love to talk and speak more to how this shit works, but I am actually going to try to do a... Yeah, if my opponent's going first. Oh, my opponent's not going first. Ah, well, whatever. I want to talk about it more, but, like, I've never built anything in this style, so I kind of gotta learn how to do's it. You know what I mean? So everything I've just said is, like, obviously a simplification. Excuse me. I knew something was wrong when I was just hovering. Everything I've just said is like on the conceptual layer, and it's very simplified. Because I still need to work on my understanding of all this so that I can do a better job of explaining it. Wait, really? That's the one that you want to do? Okay. This is kind of annoying. It's hex-proof, huh? Fuck, that is annoying. Oh shit, I actually can't deal with that. Might as well blow this guy up. God, I want to blow that up so bad. So this is actually where Pride of the Conquistadors is nice. What's this thing do? Gets as long as he says blessing. Okay, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No attacks. Divine Verdict this. Whatever we draw, we're just going to probably play it out. We'll get the city's blessing. Swing in. All Be Houses is a mobile app dev. I find a mixture of both object-oriented and data-driven to be very effective. This is kind of why I'm excited for it, because it seems like, you know, Unity did this amazing demo where they showed this giant sort of sci-fi cyberpunk city that had like millions of different objects in it and like 100,000 different audio sources playing. The sort of stuff that you just hear about and you're like, what? Like, that's ridiculous, man. I think I just go in with the team, right? Yeah, it just had this huge amount of stuff, and it was running really, really smooth. And that made me be like, I gotta learn more about this. And yeah, Juice Weasel's talking about it right now. They have this thing called Project Tiny for helping deploy things super efficiently. Like, I think it's like a 64 kilobyte version of the Unity engine. It's so crazy. Who you want me kill? Alright, our Dynabro. Dynamo Dynabro. I don't know why the Jade Guardian is being held back, so... Why it's being held back so? Shipwreck Luta. Yeah, bring it on. Block me, baby. Great. That Snubber and Sentry is excellent. Until it just wins. By getting a combat trick? No! I just want to like, kill my own Snubber and Sentry. Not a problem. That said, holy LeMayo. If I can keep swinging with this boy. That's great. It stays as a 2/3 too. Tin Fox is like VS Code of my new job. It's great. Yeah, dude, I love VS Code. Love it. I don't see any reason to use Luminous Bonds, so I'm just going to sit here. Like, we have a Profane Procession in the deck. If we just delay indefinitely, we're good. We don't want to Luminous Bond something unless we're actually able to make use of it. Like if our opponent, for instance, swung with this, I would Luminous Bonds this 2-1, swing in, and get our opponent down to 1. That is so good. Not going to use it, though. Pride of the Conquerors, we really need to be as a backswing move. Jadecraft Artisan. Target creature is +2/+2 until end of turn. Maybe the Jade Guardian. The Jade LaGuardian. Ah, cool. So let's see here. If I Pride of the Conquerors now, does this guy want to attack? If this attacks, I'm going to Pride of the Conquerors, killing this, and then I'm going to Luminous Bonds this and swing back and put our opponent to 1. Don't see any reason to do anything with this now. This is just till end of turn. Yeah, that's fine. It is, as they say, okay. Great. Mitigating risk. Bang bong. Tight. Alright, so first we Kite Sail Freebooter and we just see what's up. What's in the hand, friend? Alright, our opponent has basically died. Boom. But I have a flyer that pings for 1. And what is in the hand of Odaljo? What does this thing even do? We'll never find out. Yes. Hey, we're approaching our way to gold. That would be a great and glorious victory. Sugar's FMK says happy birthday, Sean. Man, well, you're 6 months early, but I appreciate that. Yeah. So let's see, we have a 2. Yeah. We don't have any white mana. I go first. I gotta chuck it back. Oh, even better. Holy cow. Nope. Happy Friday at least. Engineer says, please, no can afford another sub-train. Stop with the choo-choo. Well, I gotta say, it's unfortunate that we have yet to be able to draw a thing. Moment of Craving. See you later. I would have done this completely different. I would have Moment of Craving the Legion Lieutenant when it fell. Alright, let's take a peek, shall we? Okay. To all the new subs who've been joining us, let me just say welcome everybody. Come say hey in the chat. Very grateful for all of you who've subscribed this last week because, as you well know, Ooh, look at this. Yes. Sure, as many of you well know, the taking 3 weeks off, very painful. Taking any time off streaming is very painful for any streamer's subscriber count. So the fact that you find folks are coming back in such quantity is really nice. Very nice for me personally. What's this? It's +1/+1 for these artifact you control. Okay, well. I am the beatdown. Yeah, especially all the people subbing during AGDQ, which frankly is just like such insanely amazingly good content. So I think we're just actually going in with a lot here, huh? Everything with 3 damage. Like this, much like this. Now, the Deadeye Plunderers are annoying. Because they can buff themselves. And he has the mana up for it. Swinging in the sky like a good guy. Hey, Despers. Contract killing is almost certainly going to go on the Deadeye Plunderers. Soul of the Rapids. I think I just swing with my... No way! No frickin' way. Alright, we're just swinging with the 3 power buddies. Alright, see you later. No freaking way. It's okay, double luminous bonds, no problem. It's okay, he's gonna just pump himself up like a crazy person. We're in a pseudo-stale spot here. Hello, I'm here to conquist. Can't attack with anything. Could arguably attack with the Vampire Revenant, but I'd rather be patient. Be silent, be still. Who's a good cat? Who's a good cat? Is it you? You bet your cat butt it is. It's a kitty butt. Choot, 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 choot. No attacks. This is a very good cat. You know what really sucks? On the bottom, Pride of the Conquerors. I love this cat so much. This cat's here to remind everyone that if you go to Amazon, sign up for an Amazon Prime account. It's a great deal. Get all sorts of free movies, free TV shows, such as The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You get an extraordinary 2 weeks, free 2-day shipping on everything you order from Amazon. It's free music, free books. And you can hook it up to your Twitch to get Twitch Prime. You know what you get with Twitch Prime? 1 free subscription to the content creator of your choice every month. In you go. Okay. Bye. I'll just deal the extra bing bong damage. Now, the sort of humorous situation that we find ourselves in is that, indeed, the Deadeye Plunderers are going to be growing in power so damn much. Here, actually, look at this. This is a pen. Watch this, Despy. Whoosh. Isn't this crazy? Our opponent cannot attack with the Deadeye Plunderers. We chump block simply with the Gasping Scoundrel, and then we swing back. Also have quite a lot of lifelinkers. Blind Prophet says, Dan, I just want to let you know my favorite streamer. Hey, thanks, Blind Prophet. It's awfully sweet of you to say. And of course I will add upon that. So many extraordinary content creators on Twitch, man. Look at this main phase treasure creation, huh? Is this game? So, in the sky, this is going to be blocked. So this will be a trade. On the ground, the biggest one, this 3/3 will get blocked. And this 3/3 will get blocked. Alright? So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Great. Hey, we went from bronze to gold in a day.